Hello, how's everybody doing? Welcome to my video channel. So today we are going to be continuing on with a segment that I started last Monday, which is basically me taking the I don't know where that came from. Questions and comments that I received throughout the week that I haven't had a chance to reply to on YouTube, and just answer it, or at least comment on it. The reason I started doing this is because, number one, I'm getting a lot more comments than I used to, which is like awesome, really warms my heart. But two, with the job that I'm doing now, I don't have time to like sit down and like reply to everybody like I want to. So I decided to start this segment where I could at least reply to 6 or 7 that I find really funny or interesting, or something I want to like comment on, or, answer the question for. So I'm going to be doing this every Monday, at least for now. But last week when I started this segment, I asked you guys to help me name this segment, and I Love Slapstick came up with one that I just love. And let me see if I can find it. Oh yeah, so it's called Things You Don't Want to Know But I Tell You Anyways. And we're gonna shorten it to TYDWTKBITYA. That's easy to remember. TYDWTKBITYA. That's what the segment's called. I know it needs to be a shorter name, but I just really liked that. I like that name because I feel like it's me. That's going to be the name for this segment for now. I might change it though, because right now I'm in talks to start a podcast, and I think I really like that name for a podcast better than a segment on YouTube channel where I reply to comments. So I might be switching it up, but for now, this Monday segment is going to be called Things You Don't Want to Know But I Tell You Anyways. So thank you to I Love Slapstick for that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move on because I could talk forever. Y'all know that. So if we're going to go ahead and move on to the very first comment, which was left on my Stairway to Heaven video, and it was from Kat Tallman, and she asked, LOL, you cursed several times in this video. I just thought it was funny because in the lives you admit that you're doing your best not to curse. I never really had a problem with cursing or swearing. Like, personally for me, I don't really care to censor myself or to change that about myself. I'm totally comfortable with that. But the only reason I do want to be careful on the live videos is because oftentimes on the live videos, well, number one, I can't edit it. You guys think I curse now. Imagine how many curse words I'm taking out when I edit my vlogs. But with the live videos, I can't edit it. And number two is also, a lot of times people watch those live videos with their families, especially because we're walking around Okinawa, so oftentimes people are like, wanting to show their families places in Okinawa as we walk around, and oftentimes those families include kids. And so I don't have a problem with cursing, but I also definitely understand and respect that there is a time and place for it, and cursing with a bunch of kids watching is probably not the right time and place. So for the Facebook lives, I definitely want to watch myself when what I say, although people have called me out for accidentally letting it slip a few times. No, but that's a good thing. You guys should call me out, at least, especially on the live videos, because for me, like, swear words isn't such a big deal that for me, it's just words now. But it's definitely something I want to watch out for. I should maybe start a curse jar, like a swear jar. Like a nickel in the jar every time I swear type of thing. But as far as my YouTube channel goes, for me, my YouTube channel is kind of fair game, because a lot of, with my YouTube channel, I had never intended it to be a family channel. I don't really want it to be like a kids channel or a children's channel. I definitely, when I started YouTube, it was more geared for adults. There will be some curse words dropped at least in my YouTube videos, which I'm not trying to change that. So call me out on my Facebook Lives if I do curse on the Facebook Lives, but there will be swear words said on the YouTube channel. The reason I wanted to bring this up is because if you have family or, you know, kids that you want to watch my YouTube videos with, I just want to like warn you that there is probably going to be some swear words said on this channel. So just giving you guys a heads up. So the next comment is from I Love Slapstick. So why do you hate even numbers? So he left this on the same video that Kat left her comment on, which was the Stairway to Heaven video. And in that video, I climbed 268 steps. There's these steps in Okinawa that is really popular for exercising, because it has 268 steps, and it's a workout. I mean, just climbing that once it's rough. It's rough. And so I climbed it once in that video, and then I was gonna climb it at least 2 more times. But honestly, it's probably a good thing I didn't, because like after the second time, my legs were shaking so bad, and my leg was on fire the next day. It's probably good I didn't push it the 3rd time. But I mentioned something like, I want to climb it at least 3 times, because if I climb it a 2nd time, that would be an even number, and I hate even numbers. And so he's asking why I hate even numbers. And the reason is, I have no idea. I don't know why, but I've always found even numbers to be very uncomfortable. Like, my favorite numbers are 3s, 23, 25. I don't know. Like, I really like 3s and 5s. I wish I could explain to you why. So, you know, like, okay, so when I was growing up, or when I have like daydreams and imaginations, and like when I think about stories and stuff, usually my stories, when I write stories, involve at least the main character and like 2 friends, or four friends. So it'll be like 5 people as like, you know, in a group, or 3 people in a group. Harry Potter had Harry, Ron, Hermione. I don't know. I'm like really attracted to that group of people with like 3s and 5s. I don't know. I have no idea. Like, I wish I could give a valid reason for not liking even numbers, but I don't have a valid reason. I prefer odd numbers, especially 3s and 5s. It makes me sound like a crazy person. Okay, we're moving on, because I don't need to dig too deep into this. This is not something I can really explain. So Richard Stevens left this comment or question on the video I posted 2 days ago, actually, Best Family Mart on Okinawa. He asked, does your uncle not like Family Mart food? That didn't really like trigger anything with me, like as far as like, oh, I need to reply to this. But then there were like comments left by Sydney Matterson that's like, is your uncle eating or just ... sitting? William also put your uncle not eating in the same video. So I was like, okay, I should probably address this before people start thinking that I'm, you know, depriving my uncle of food. So my uncle, he has some health complications. He's got some illnesses, complications from diabetes. And he is so far along his complications that there are certain types of food that he really can't, like, he can eat them, but he shouldn't be eating them, especially foods from like convenience stores. A lot of them are very high in sodium, and because he has high blood pressure, high cholesterol, like very bad case of diabetes, like he is 1 step away from dialysis. And so when we go out and about, he really can't eat the food that we do. And so Matt and I really try our best not to eat around him, but on that particular day, he had already eaten. So anytime I tell him, you know, anytime I take him out, I'm always like, make sure you eat before we leave, because he typically can't eat some, you know, food that's prepared by other people, because we don't know how much sodium they're putting in or what they're putting in that could affect his health. I wasn't starving my uncle. I just want to let you guys know. No, he can't eat that food that we were eating because it was too salty for him. So he had already ate, and trust me, like I always make sure when we're driving with him, especially with diabetes, like, you know, if his sugar level drops, it could get really bad. So I always make sure he has something sweet on him to help with it, with sugar. And if worse comes to worse and we are out longer than we thought we were going to, like that's when the worst case scenario happens, and like I will go out and, you know, get something that's as unsalted, as plain as possible that he can eat, so that he's not, you know, he doesn't go into like low blood diabetic shock or something. So I never record these interactions with my uncle, but I definitely do check up on him constantly to make sure that he is safe and he is feeling well. But yeah. Thank you guys for being concerned. But I wasn't starving my uncle. I really do hate, though, just like sitting there and eating in front of him. It really is uncomfortable. Every time I ask him, he's like, yeah, don't worry about it. So, because he used to take me to a lot of really good places to eat. We used to go get ramen together. We used to go get sushi together, and it really breaks my heart that I can't do those things with him anymore, because he used to be a taxi driver in Okinawa, and he knows a lot of fun places, and he knows a lot of good places to eat, because, you know, he used to go to different bars and different restaurants to pick people up, and so he knows a lot of places. But it's just sad because he can't eat it at any of those places anymore. All right, so next question or comment is by William. He left a comment on the Ryukyu Village and the Music of My People video that I posted yesterday, and he said, I asked Matt if they built Ryukyu Mura specifically for tourists, but I noticed old beams and columns when you were entertaining the cats. So is it an old Okinawa village that was converted to a theme park? Thanks. I don't believe so. I don't think Ryukyu Village, I think, was built as a theme park. I know a couple of those buildings, I was told by my grandpa that a couple of those buildings were actually, you know, picked up and moved from somewhere else. So sometimes if you're walking through the village, they have plaques in front of some of the older houses, and it'll say where they were originally located. And so I think a lot of those houses, if not all of them, either were recreated or they were picked up from somewhere else and then transported over to Ryukyu Village. Because a lot of those ones that has the plaques and then they say like where the buildings originated are not in the location where Ryukyu Village is currently at. So I don't think they built the park around an old village. I think, if anything, they just brought an old village into the park. I'm not 100% though, but I know that some of those buildings have been transported over from other places. So I think that's probably how they built the park, was just bringing all that stuff together. But it is a good park. I saw also that Joe Burby was saying that he had never been, and I know that he's leaving soon, so I really highly recommend it. You know, Ryukyu Village, there's a lot of old historical theme parks on Okinawa. Not a lot, but there's a couple that I can think of. But Ryukyu Village, I think, is by far my favorite. I mean, I could be biased because, number one, I grew up there because my grandpa worked there, and number two, I also had a couple like summer jobs there. But there's just something fun, you know. It's a short park, but it's just fun to walk around, and the people are really, really nice, and I don't know, and the shows are really, really good, and I don't know, it's just one of my favorite parks. It's also in a really pretty location, so if you guys have never been to Ryukyu Village, I would definitely recommend going to it and checking it out. It's a lot of fun. All right, so the next one is also from I Love Slapstick from the Ryukyu Village and the Music of My People video. He said, never been to Okinawa. I found your channel because one of your videos showed up in my suggestions. So that's really cool because in that video, I asked how many of you guys have never been to Okinawa, don't plan on coming to Okinawa, and I just wanted to see like how many people just randomly found me on their recommended list, because I think a lot of people, when I started YouTube, who started subscribed to me because of their ties to Okinawa. Maybe they had been here before, maybe they have family. So it's really, really cool to me to just see, and there was a few of you guys who have never even been to Okinawa and just like found me on your suggestions list. So that's really cool. And I just have to kind of like mention that. So he said, continuing on with his comment, by the way, you mentioned how hot it was trying to breathe with the mask on. I don't know what the rules are for you there in Japan, but here in the States, they're only emphasizing wearing masks indoors, that you're okay without it outdoors as long as you keep 6 feet of distance from others. So Japan doesn't have any laws in place of wearing masks unless you're on the military base, the U.S. military base. The U.S. military base actually requires you, at least this is what my friend Chris said, the U.S. military base, they actually require you to wear masks at all times unless you're eating and drinking in a restaurant. Otherwise, you always have to wear a mask on. In Japan, they don't have that rule or law in place that you have to wear a mask. I think more people do it out of common decency. Because I agree too, like when I go for walks at night, I don't wear a mask because I don't bump into anybody and I never go into stores, so I just like walk around and I walk without masks. But if I go to a touristy place, you know, and plus that day I also didn't know how many people were going to be at Ryukyu Village. I didn't know if it was going to be busy. But I try to wear masks when I go out regardless, just kind of for solidarity, as well as I feel better when I see other people wearing masks, and I feel like other people feel the same way. You know, even if it's only so helpful, it's still kind of nice to see other people just kind of trying to help in any way that they can. It's just kind of, I don't know, I think it's kind of a sign of respect. And so that's why I wear masks. But in all honesty, Japan has never had an issue with wearing masks. I know Americans are kind of struggling with that concept of wearing masks now. But in Japan, most people wore masks anyways, especially during flu seasons, like especially during the winter months when flu becomes rampant. Everyone's out wearing masks. Like wearing masks in Japan is not that uncommon to see. So regardless of whether there was the coronavirus or not, people would probably still be wearing masks. So I don't know. I don't really know if I explained any of that well, but it isn't a law. It's just, I think a lot of it is just, one, we wear masks anyways, and two, I like to wear it just as a sign of just respect and solidarity and just letting people know, hey, like, I respect you enough to wear a mask, you know, so because I appreciate it when others wear it. Okay, so this comment I found by Sydney Matterson. She left this on my 7-Eleven Finally Comes to Okinawa. Now this video I made a long time ago before I even started doing daily vlogs, but she left a comment and asked, I was wondering how you got to speak Japanese so quick, but now I'm assuming you're half Japanese. Yes, I am half Japanese, although I know some of you guys are going to be like, you're not half Japanese, you're half Okinawan, which is also technically true. By the way, I was actually thinking about talking about that as a subject for a video, between being half, being Okinawans and the whole, like, Okinawans not liking to be associated with Japanese. So if you guys are interested in me talking about that and my points on that, please let me know in the comment section below. Because when I was looking at a Facebook group that I belong to, I'm half Okinawan or something like that. That's like the Facebook group name. There was a question that was prompted that was said, that somebody said, hey, if you were asked if you're half Japanese or half Okinawan, do you go out of your way to correct them and say, I am half Okinawan? And so many people said yes. Like they're like, I'm not half Japanese, I'm half Okinawan. So if you guys are interested in me talking about that topic, about how Okinawans view being called Japanese, let me know in the comment section below. But yes, I am half Japanese or half Okinawan, and I wanted to answer this because some of you guys are new here and I wanted to let you guys know kind of my backstory. I was born here in Okinawa in 1989, and I lived here until 2009 when I moved to California. So I spent 20 years of my life in Okinawa speaking Japanese, and then in 2009 I moved to California and spent 10 years there, and then I moved back to Okinawa in January of this year. So yes, I do speak Japanese. I don't speak Japanese very often on my videos, and I also have a reason for that. So if you guys are interested in me talking about that for a video, make sure to leave that you're interested. Let me know in the comments below. But there is a specific reason why I choose not to speak too much Japanese on my YouTube videos. Last question or comment is from, again, I Love Slapstick. Dude, you are getting shout outs left and right. Okay, the reason I picked this one is because he asked, how close are you to your 200th vlog? Only like a week or two? Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. So, as most of you guys know, I've been doing daily vlogs since January 1st of this year. For my 100th daily vlog, I did like a celebration. I bought balloons from the 100 yen shop, and like I bought a cake and everything. And so now I am like right around the corner from my 200th vlog, which just freaking blows my mind. Because when I did the 100th vlog, I was like, man, it's gonna be so freaking far away before I even hit my 200th vlog. Well, I think the 200th vlog is on July 18th or the 19th, which is just crazy how fast time flew. I mean, that's 100 days. It's crazy. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I was just like mind blown because when he asked me that question, he was like, how close are you to your 200th vlog? I was like, man, how close am I to my 200th vlog? And then so I looked and I'm like, oh, I'm not that far away. Crazy, crazy. Anyways, that's it for today's comment in this week's segment of, what was I calling this segment? Things you don't want to know, but I tell you anyways. Oh, all right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and, I don't know, end the vlog, end the video. This isn't really a vlog. This is more of just a regular video, but I'm going to go ahead and end it. I love you guys so, so much. I love all your comments, and I will do my best to reply to them as much as I can, but please keep leaving them because they definitely put a smile on my face. And it's just cool to feel like I'm connecting with people out there through my videos, and it's just a really good feeling for me. So love you guys. I will see you in tomorrow's video. Make sure to let me know if you want me to talk about those two subjects, one being how Okinawans feel about being called Japanese, and the other one being why I don't speak too much Japanese in my YouTube videos. All right, love you. Peace. Bye.